In my last video I went over some of the trophies in my 100 Platinum Trophy collection, and so today I thought I would go over some more of them. And in case you didn't watch the last video, this is the second part of a 3-part series, but let's not waste any more time, let's just get right into the trophies.
We're starting things off with Heavenly Bodies. Heavenly Bodies is like a puzzle game where you're an astronaut and you have to fix a space station. I completed this game on hard, but looking through I realised that you didn't actually have to complete the whole game on hard. Yeah, complete any level in Newtonian mode. I didn't actually realise that you only had to complete one level, so I completed the whole game in Newtonian mode. Basically what that means is it's harder to move around in space in Newtonian mode than it is on the easiest difficulty. You have to complete all the challenges on each level. All the challenge consists of is you picking up an object or something like that. But that's really all this platinum was. Heavenly Bodies took me 8 hours. Next up is Golf with Your Friends. This game would have been good if I actually had friends. All the platinum is for this one is you have to play every course in the game, which I think there's around 10, just guessing, estimating. And you have to get par or under. If you can do that, then that's the platinum. Then there's the occasion, there might be some miscellaneous trophies. I know there's one for getting a secret. Get eaten by Gingy in the practice arena. But it's mainly get under par on each course. If you can do that, that's the platinum done. Golf with Your Friends took me 20 hours. Next up is Ben 10 Power Trip. This game I think was the first game I played on the PS5. I don't know why. I just kind of found it. It was free, so I thought I'd pick it up. It looked like an easy platinum, and it was an easy platinum. This game, I don't really remember much. I remember these ones: find the power upgrades, find the luck upgrades, and the health upgrades. And then I remember you had to go around getting collectibles. Yeah, find all the trinkets. So this is just your standard collectibles and side missions. Platinum. There's nothing really special to this one. Ben 10 took me 12 hours. Next up is Maneater. This is a really good game. I didn't expect much from this. You're basically a shark, and you go around eating the apex predators of the oceans. And you want, your objective is to become the top of the food chain. Yeah, so when you kill the apex predators, you level up and you become more stronger. In terms of the platinum, there was, this one, reach infamy level 10. Basically, you gain a bounty when you eat people. You have a bounty, and if you keep eating people, then you'll increase that bounty. And at each infamy level, you'll get like a boss fight where there'll be a bounty hunter. They'll send a bounty hunter after you. And as long as you eat them, you just have to do that 10 times, go through the levels. And then once you've done that, that's really the hardest. That's probably the hardest trophy in the game. And then obviously, like all games, we've got to have collectibles, license plate, landmarks, nutrient caches. But this one's a good one. Maneater took me 13 hours. Next up is Astro's Playroom. This game has probably one of the most well-known platinums of all of PlayStation. It's a very well-known game, especially amongst trophy hunters. This is one of those platinums that I think every trophy hunter should have, and I think it's a great one to get if you're just starting out. It's a good introduction. In terms of the platinum, the main task is getting the collectibles. Once you've gotten the collectibles, if you go back to a certain area, you can spend like coins, I think, and that gets you the gacha prizes. And then there's a couple miscellaneous trophies, but this one is a 100% recommendation. I really would recommend this one, especially if you're just starting out trophy hunting. Astro's Playroom took me 3 hours. Next up is Mafia Definitive Edition. Already I've got PTSD from this game. The game it has a really good story. I actually didn't expect this game to be so good, but my PTSD comes from this trophy here. Won the Race. Now, the race is an easy level, but when you complete the game on classic difficulty for the Made Man trophy, this Won the Race trophy is probably the hardest trophy to get in the game. If anyone's played Mafia, they know that playing this level on classic is extremely difficult. But apart from that, that's the only trophy I had trouble with. The rest, it's just your standard collectibles, pulp magazines, Gangsters Monthly, cigarette cards, hidden cars, mystery foxes. That's it. Just your story, collectibles. Try not to break any controllers playing the race. You can do all of that. That's the platinum for Mafia. Mafia took me 14 hours. Next up is Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure. This game, you play as Scrat. I think he's a squirrel, I don't actually know. I don't actually know what the story's about. I think you're trying to discover your ancestors' like history, and you go through a series of levels picking up tablets and stuff and figuring out what actually happened. It's a really random game. I kind of just picked it up because I saw it was free and it looked like an easy platinum. For the trophy, the main one, find all the statues. That's the collectible of this game. If you can do that, that's the platinum. Apart from that, there's not really much to this. There's a couple miscellaneous trophies. You know, hit a flying enemy with a rock, use telekinesis 10 times. I don't know why he has telekinesis, because he's a, you know, a feckin' squirrel, but whatever. Ice Age took me 10 hours. Next up is Jedi Fallen Order. When this game came out, everyone knew about it. This is probably one of the most well-known Star Wars games out there. I think because there's not many Star Wars games where you play the whole game as a lightsaber wielder, a Jedi. Most games you might play as like someone with a blaster, and then like in Battlefront 2, you know, occasionally you might play as a Jedi or a Sith or whatever. This game, you're a Jedi all the way through. I think that's why this game was actually so good. In terms of the platinum, there's collectibles. Obviously, every game has collectibles. Boring. But apart from the collectibles, there's just kill-related trophies. Send 25 enemies over the edge. Defeat 25 enemies while they're slowed. Defeat an enemy by colliding with another enemy. Loads of kill-related trophies. And, I mean, there's a couple here. Customize the look of Cal. It's a bit of a random trophies. And then obviously complete the story. You gotta do that. You can't get the platinum without completing the story, you know? But yeah, this one was really good, and I would recommend this one. Fallen Order took me 20 hours. Next up is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. If you've seen the last video, I've said this before, all the Ratchet & Clank games are the exact same. There's complete the story, collect the gold bolts. This one, I don't think you had to collect all the gold bolts. It says here collect 5, so I'm assuming you only had to collect 5, but there may be another trophy that requires you to collect all of them, like you might unlock a certain weapon. I don't really remember this far back. But again, just a load of random miscellaneous trophies. Find all the Krager Bears. I think there was like 8 or 10 Krager Bears just kind of randomly dotted around the maps. But yeah, it's just your standard Ratchet & Clank Platinum, nothing special to it. Rift Apart took me 17 hours. Next up is Untitled Goose Game. This game is, it's super weird, I don't even know. You just go around as a goose, just kind of messing everyone's day up. It's not like Goat Simulator, but it kind of reminds me of Goat Simulator. The main thing for the platinum, I mean, you've got a couple miscellaneous. Trap the boy in the garage, because, you know, why not? Some people like to do that in real life. Here we go. The main things for this platinum was the speedrun trophies. So the garden quickly, high street quickly, back gardens quickly, and the pub quickly. Basically, you had to do the levels before, well, in this, the church bell rings. If I had to guess, I would say you had about 2 minutes. And sometimes this game just does not want to cooperate, so these can get really annoying. And there was many occasions where I was literally at the end of the mission and the bell rang, so I didn't get the trophy. But apart from that, this game was actually weirdly enjoyable. Untitled Goose Game took me 6 hours. Next up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This game probably, in my opinion, is the best Modern Warfare to ever grace the Modern Warfare franchise, the Call of Duty franchise. This is an iconic game. Everyone knows this, you know, everyone and their nan's dog knows about this game. I would say this platinum is in my top 5 platinums of my collection. In terms of the platinum, you have to complete the game on veteran difficulty, which isn't that bad. There was one level, it was in the favelas. I don't remember what the level was called. That was the only annoying one I remember, because I kept spawning and dying straight away. And then each level will have its own miscellaneous task, so instruct the honey badger to kill 80 enemies in Exodus. Do not get your predator drone destroyed in contingency. So each level has its own miscellaneous task. And where's this last trophy? Here we go. The student surpasses the master. You may have noticed that I got some of the trophies in 2021, and then I left it for 2 years and got it back in 2023. That's because I actually had stick drift, like stupid stick drift, to the point where this trophy actually became impossible for me because I couldn't sprint, I couldn't run straight, and I never got a new controller. I just waited until I got a PS5. But apart from that, this is an amazing platinum. I really enjoyed this one. MW2 took me 24 hours. Next up is God of War. This is the old God of War, not the PS4 one that was released in 2018. This game was alright. I know many people say this is a good game, and I think I would have enjoyed it more if I just didn't play the game in such short increments. In terms of platinum, the guides will say you have to have 2 playthroughs because of this trophy. Beat the game in under 5 hours. So what they suggest is you do 1 playthrough where you get all the collectibles, you know, the Muse keys, all the feathers, and Gorgon eyes. And then the second playthrough is the speedrun. There's also another trophy, complete the challenge of the gods. This is probably the most difficult trophy in the game because the challenge of the gods is basically you're set through 10 trials, and the challenges 1 through to 9. There's a couple of tricky ones in there, but they're not too bad. Number 10 is the most notorious one. You have to kill enemies on a platform. The more enemies you kill, the higher the platform goes, and you have to kill a certain amount of enemies to get the platform high enough so you can complete the level. That one was really annoying. I spent a long time doing that one. But apart from that, this platinum was alright. Next up is Stray. When everyone said that this game was like an amazing game, I thought they were all just kind of crazy cat people. But I gave this game a shot, and it's actually really good. In terms of the platinum, all I remember is Can't Catch Me, complete the first Zerk pursuit without being caught. That one was tricky because Zerk are like little weird metal robots that try and kind of eat you, and you're getting chased by a whole horde of these Zerk. That one was very tricky, but it wasn't that bad. And then this one, complete the game in less than 2 hours. This is a speedrun trophy, but it's an easy one. It does require a second playthrough, but if you're like speeding through the game, you'll get about half an hour of leeway with this speedrun. So it's not like you don't have to you don't have to memorize everything. You have to have a good idea of the game, but you don't have to if you make a mistake, it's not going to lock you from this trophy. But this platinum was actually really good. I would recommend this one. Stray took me 10 hours.
I did platinum the PS5 version of Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I went over it in my last video, so for that reason I'll be skipping over it.
Next up is Bunny Raiders. There's nothing special for this, I just kind of found it because I heard Nick AR talk about a free platinum that only took him an hour. It's a top-down shooter, and you kind of just go through stages of enemies until you reach the boss. And then once you defeat the boss, that's basically the platinum done, because you should have got all these trophies that I'm scrolling through before the boss, but it was just an easy platinum that I wanted to get. Bunny Raiders took me 2 hours. Next up is Modern Warfare 2019. I got the platinum for this game because I wanted to get the platinums for all the Modern Warfares, which I don't have because I'm still missing a couple. Nothing special to this one though. You had to complete the game on Veteran, and then there's a few miscellaneous trophies. A particularly well-known one in this game is this one, Golden Path. Complete clean house without being hit using 1 bullet per threat. But apart from that, there's nothing much to this platinum. Modern Warfare 2019 took me 32 hours. Next up is God of War 2. This game, it's got similar trophies to the first game. Complete the story, obviously, and then you have to collect all the Gorgon eyes and the Phoenix feathers. Those are the collectibles of this game. And then, like the first game, it also had, here we go, Challenge of the Titans. These challenges were easier, but there was one where you had to protect some random guy from a load of enemies, and you also had to keep moving him, but you can't move him and attack, so you had to kind of juggle between moving him and protecting him. That was a really annoying challenge, but apart from that, the rest of them were not bad. And yeah, there's not really much to this. I just kind of wanted to get it out of the way because I knew it wouldn't take too long. Next up is GTA 3. So I saw Nick AR's video on him completing the trilogy, and it really inspired me to do the same and complete the GTA trilogy. In terms of this one, I know you had to get 100%, I believe it's at the bottom. Yeah, achieve 100% completion. but the one particularly annoying trophy was this one. Complete Paramedic level 12. If anyone's gone for this platinum, they will know how difficult this trophy is to get. Paramedic, you have to deliver these people to the hospital. Level 1, you have to deliver 1 person. 2, deliver 2 people. But the ambulance can only hold 3 people at a time. So you had to keep going back and forth, and if the ambulance flips, it blows up, which you fail. If it gets shot too much, it blows up, which you fail. And it gets really annoying. And you can't repair the ambulance, so you really have to do this efficiently. Apart from that though, this one was actually really good. I never expected GTA 3 to be a fun platinum. GTA 3 took me 63 hours. Next up is GTA Vice City. Vice City had similar trophies to GTA 3 in the sense that you had to do paramedic missions, you had to do vigilante ones and the fireman ones. And it also had, if we go into the bottom here, yeah look, it had a 100% completion. The only thing that was really different was this one, Take the Cannoli. This is probably the hardest one in the game, the hardest trophy in the game. And for this one you have to get, I think it was 100,000 criminal rating. And basically for this, all you had to do was go around just committing crime. The most common way to do it is to use a helicopter and then just go around blowing everything up. But apart from that, it's basically the same as GTA 3. Vice City took me 38 hours. Next up is GTA San Andreas. I think hands down this game was easily the best trophy out of the whole trilogy, the Definitive Edition. In terms of the trophies, like with the other 2 games, you had to complete the paramedic, vigilante and firefighter missions. And obviously it's a GTA game, so you know you're going to have to earn 100% completion. I don't really remember much about this, weirdly. I remember doing the collectibles, that was the main thing I remember. And I remember also one trophy. Here, this one, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. For this one you have to own all the gang warfare turfs. That was the main problem for me, because if you don't plan your gang warfare correctly, then it's going to get very hard to do, because at certain points there's only a sliver of the map and it's really hard to pull off. But that was the hardest trophy for me. But apart from that, this was definitely the best platinum out of the 3 GTA games. GTA San Andreas took me 61 hours. Next up is Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. I remember seeing Nick AR's video on him platinuming the PS3 Spider-Mans, and that really made me want to go and do the same thing. I don't know why I kind of stopped, I just got distracted. I had exams to do, so you know. In terms of the platinum, obviously you have to complete the story and you get a trophy for each boss you defeat. There was collectibles, hidden spiders, those weren't hard, but the main trophy for this one is complete 12 levels with the highest rank in hard mode. So each level will have a combo rating, an emblem rating, and I believe a time rating. And you have to do all of those and get the diamond medal, I think it's called, or the platinum medal. Either way, you have to get the highest rank on each of those, and then you get the highest rank overall. This one was a bit tricky. It wasn't too bad, but it did take... I mean, there was some scenarios, some occasions where you'd have to replay a level like maybe 4 times. But apart from that, this was a really good platinum. Next up is Knack. I remember this game being a very good game, and it had to be, because I played it I definitely played this game more than 10 times, because there was a certain trophy. It was this one, unlock all upgraded Knack characters. This one, I remember, yeah look here, you can see it. Basically, in these secret areas, you get these chests, and when you open them, you get special relics, which unlock different characters. It turns out you can go into challenge mode and the chests reset, but I didn't know that, so I kept starting the game from the beginning every single time I unlocked the character, and it got to the point where I knew, near to the end of the game, I knew all of the locations just off by heart, because that's how many times I played this game. And then I realized afterwards that I could just have started the game in challenge mode and it would have made my life a whole lot easier. But apart from that, that's all I really remember, because that's the longest thing I spent doing. I mean, complete the chapters on very hard. I know that was hard. This game is unforgiving with its checkpoints. But apart from that, this is actually a very good game. I would recommend this one, definitely. Knack took me 92 hours. Next up is Knack 2. The only reason I got this platinum was because I wanted to have the whole Knack series. There's only 2 games, but I wanted both of the games platinumed. This game was definitely much easier. I remember having such an easy time with this platinum compared to the first one. terms of the platinum, I don't really remember much. I remember it was easier. I mean, here, complete all the chapters on hard. That wasn't that bad from what I can recall. There's one thing I do remember, and yeah, these ones. Achieve 5 stars in time attacks and the Colosseum attacks. Time attacks are just time trials. You just kind of go around running through levels, and Colosseums are waves of enemies. Both very easy. Those didn't, I mean, they took a bit of time, but it wasn't that bad. It's not as good though. If you want to play a game for fun, the first Knack is definitely better than the second one. Knack 2 took me 23 hours. Next up is Batman Arkham Knight. This game I started ages ago and I never actually got the platinum for it, so I wanted to go back and clean it up. In terms of the platinum, it's basically just 100% complete the game, do all the side missions, and the main side mission that is the Riddler trophies, if I can find them. Yeah, this one, lock up the Riddler in GCPD. This one, I don't remember how many there are. I think it's around 246. It's somewhere in the 200s. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's in the 200s. Apart from that, there was also one more thing. Here, achieve 69 stars in AR challenges. AR challenges are basically just challenges. They're like, you know, they can vary from combat challenges, stealth challenges, Batmobile challenges, and you just have to achieve 3 stars in loads of them. That one isn't so bad, but the main one is the Riddler trophy for this platinum. Arkham Knight took me 63 hours. Next up is Ratchet & Clank. Again, I've said this so many times with, you know, all the Ratchet & Clank games. They're the exact same thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the trophy lists are just the same amongst all of them. It's just loads of miscellaneous trophies, and the main one, yeah, collect 1 million bolts. For this one, because there's no challenge mode, you have to leave it AFK overnight, unless you want to play the game about 75 million times. So I just left it on overnight, and I farmed bolts. That's the only trophy I really remember from this, because, like I said, Ratchet & Clank games just have the same trophy list. Next up is COD Modern Warfare. Anyone who's platinumed this game automatically knows exactly what trophy I'm looking for in this list. It's this one, Mile High Club. This is definitely the hardest trophy in the game. I wouldn't say I'm good at COD, but it took me around half an hour to do 20, yeah look, 347 and 420 or 419. So it took me around 30 minutes to do this trophy. I think I got lucky because most people that do this trophy, they can take hours. But apart from that, it's your standard COD trophy list, you know, complete the game on veteran while doing some miscellaneous trophies. But yeah, the main trophy for this one is the Mile High Club one. Modern Warfare took me 13 hours. Next up is Saints Row. This game, I actually hated platinuming. I did not enjoy this one. I probably would not have got it, but I wanted to have the Saints Row platinums, so I got it. In terms of the trophies, there's nothing memorable about them. However, there is one glitched one. I think it was this trophy, acquire every perk. This was a glitched trophy, and I remember waiting for about, I think, 2 months for the developers to actually update the game. And I remember being very annoyed because I thought it was only glitched for me. So I started the whole game again, did everything, did all the challenges, and then I still didn't get this trophy. So I essentially wasted about 25 hours just doing everything for nothing. And that's why, honestly, that's why I hate this platinum. I reckon if you didn't now, it wouldn't be that bad. It's just a bit grindy. There's nothing bad about the platinum, it's just the experience that I had with it and the glitch trophies. Saints Row took me 73 hours. Next up is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I don't actually remember much about the trophy list from this game. I remember one trophy. It was this one, Cage Match. Gain the attention of a mysterious stranger. Basically, for this one, you had to complete all the bounty hunts. I don't remember how much there were. I do remember the final boss battle. Well, not a boss battle, but I remember the final cutscene when you finally managed to complete the bounties. But apart from that, I don't remember anything about this platinum. It's definitely a good one. I know that much. Jedi Survivor took me 36 hours. Next up is My Friend Peppa Pig. I have nothing to say about this platinum. Literally, it was free on the PS Extra catalog, so I got it and it was an easy platinum. Literally, complete the game. All you have to do for this platinum. There's nothing more to say about this. Peppa Pig took me 1 hour. Next up is Deadpool. I don't know why I platinumed this game. I think I just kind of wanted to clean up, and I saw that I did most of this platinum, so I thought I'd finish it up. In terms of the trophies, I remember one down here. Be Like Joe, bank a 300 hit combo. That one I remember spending, I think, around an hour and a half, just repeating the same bit of a level, because you had to be so perfect with your shots, because it wasn't as simple as just spamming square, because you had to actually go from place to place before your combo ran out. That was a very difficult one. And then you had to complete the game on Ultra Violence, which is the hardest one. This trophy wasn't that bad. I thought this one was going to be really hard, but as long as you take your time and you step back and you heal up, you can get through the game pretty easily, no trouble. But yeah, the main trophy for me was the 300 hit combo one. Deadpool took me 21 hours. Next up is Ratchet & Clank 2. Again, I mean, Ratchet & Clank, I'm not even going to go into this one. It's your standard Ratchet & Clank game. Collect 2 million bolts, upgrade your weapons, obtain skill points, get the platinum bolts. That's really the main part of the platinum. Yeah, nothing special to it. It's a Ratchet & Clank game. You know, you should know what's happening. Next up is Batman Arkham Asylum. This game, the story, I mean, it's a great game because the Batman games are very good. But I remember for the platinum there was a set of trophies. Yeah, these ones. Free Flow Gold and Predator Gold. Combat challenges are just combat challenges. You fight waves of enemies. To get 3 medals on each, because the max you can get is 3. To get 3 medals on each challenge, you have to basically be perfect and not lose your combo. The Predator challenges are stealth challenges, where you're put in a room and you have to stealthily take out all the guards. These ones can get pretty difficult because the parameters for achieving the medals can be weirdly specific, and you have to have ideal conditions to get some of those trophy medals. And then obviously you have to 100% complete the game, which means do the side missions. But this Batman game, this platinum wasn't that bad. I think Arkham Knight and Arkham City have harder platinums than this one. Arkham Asylum took me 17 hours.
So that was a bit more of my trophy collection. I am aware that some of you guys want to see more videos where I actually platinum a game, so I'll probably postpone the final part of this series and release a gaming video. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.